The itinerary for this trip is backpacking 3 days. Where the first day we hike down South Kaibab Trail to Phantom Ranch. Then the second day we hike up to Ribbon Falls on the North Kaibab Trail. And the last day is hiking back up, but on the Bright Angel Trail. It's 13th September, a beautiful day outside. So we came here with a shuttle, it says no parking. And we are planning to do backpacking, starting from South Kaibab trailhead and going all the way down to the bottom of the canyon. The South Kaibab Trail in Grand Canyon is a well-defined, well-maintained dirt trail offering wonderful, expansive views. This can be a great trail for short trips into the canyon of half day or less, but the openness of this trail lends itself to extreme heat during the summer months and little to no protection from passing storms. There is little shade, and what is there comes mostly from the canyon walls at the very beginning of the trail in the early part of day. There is no water along the trail, though there is a spring-fed water filling station at the trailhead during summer. No private vehicles allowed at the trailhead. Access is by foot, bicycle, or shuttle bus only. The Grand Canyon in the U.S. state of Arizona is a product of tectonic uplift. It's up to 447 kilometers, which will be 277 miles long, 29 kilometers or 18 miles wide, and 1.8 kilometers or 6,000 feet deep. It's the largest canyon in the United States. The story begins almost 2 billion years ago with the formation of the igneous and metamorphic rocks of the inner gorge. Above these old rocks lie layer upon layer of sedimentary rock, each telling a unique part of the environmental history of the Grand Canyon region. Then, between 70 and 30 million years ago, through the action of plate tectonics, the whole region was uplifted, resulting in the high and relatively flat Colorado Plateau. Finally, beginning just 5-6 million years ago, the Colorado River began to carve its way downward. Further erosion by tributary streams led to the canyon's widening. Still today, these forces of nature are at work, slowly deepening and widening the Grand Canyon. Scientists have studied rock deposits along the course of the present-day Colorado River. By looking at the type of sediments the deposits contain, scientists determine whether or not the rocks were deposited by the river. Rocks deposited by the river are younger than the river, as the river needed to be around to deposit them. Rocks not deposited by the river are older than the river, because the river was not yet there to drop them. When possible, the scientists then date these rock deposits. The age of the river falls between the rocks determined to be older than the river and those determined to be younger. Through this method, scientists have estimated an age for the river and thus the canyon through which it flows of 5-6 million years. Grand Canyon didn't become a national park until 1919. Although the Grand Canyon may seem like an obvious choice for a national park, the first attempt to organize Grand Canyon as a national park was made in 1882 and it was shut down. In fact, the canyon didn't become a national monument until 1908, and then it took 11 more years to finally establish it as a national park. The reason for the delay? Land and mining moguls who were concerned that the classification would restrict their access to the area. For this trip, we chose to camp at the Bright Angel Campground, which is at the bottom of Grand Canyon, 9.9 miles from the South Rim and 14 miles from the North Rim. And we hiked starting from the South Kaibab Trail. The campground is half-mile north of the Colorado River and sits along Bright Angel Creek. The campground is less than half-mile from Phantom Ranch, and this area is characterized by the river delta where Bright Angel Creek meets the Colorado River. There is a ranger station, emergency phone, year-round drinkable water, and toilets. To reach this campground, you can travel the South Kaibab Trail, which we did, or the Bright Angel Trail and across the Silver Bridge from the South Rim, or travel the North Kaibab Trail from the North Rim. Cottonwood trees shade Bright Angel Campground, and the creek is a wonderful place to cool off. Deer, ringtail cats, gray foxes, and squirrels are often seen, and we actually heard a lot of rattlesnakes. Popular activities include relaxing, wading in Bright Angel Creek, stargazing, fishing, though it requires license, and day hiking. Day hike destinations include the River Trail and Phantom Overlook. Seasonal ranger programs are also offered. Snack items and meals are available for purchase at Phantom Ranch Lodge. Meals must be reserved in advance, though. Grand Canyon creates its own weather. Sudden changes in elevation have an enormous impact on temperature and precipitation. So the weather you are experiencing could vary drastically depending on where you are in the Grand Canyon. The coldest, wettest weather station in the region is the Bright Angel Ranger Station on the North Rim, while the hottest and one of the driest is just 8 miles away at Phantom Ranch. The canyon might look like the perfect place to go looking for dinosaur bones, but none have ever been found there, and for good reason. The rock that makes up the canyon walls is vastly more ancient than the dinosaurs, about 1 billion years more ancient. But the canyon itself probably didn't form until after the dinosaurs were long gone. But there are lots of other fossils in the area. They range from ancient marine fossils dating back 1.2 billion years to fairly recent land mammals that left their remains in canyon caves about 10,000 years ago. Lists of Grand Canyon facts don't often include information about its human population, but surprisingly, it does have one. Supai village is located at the base of Grand Canyon within the Havasupai Indian Reservation. Inaccessible by road and with a population of just 208, it is the most remote community in the lower 48 states and is the only place where mail is still delivered by pack mule. On the north side of the Colorado River, about 6 miles up Bright Angel Creek, and hidden in a side canyon is the Ribbon Falls. The falls are about 100 feet high, and the mineral-rich water has created a giant travertine spire below the falls. After taking a dip in the ice-cold pool at the bottom, you can hike up around the falls and stand behind them. We're missing 950 million years worth of rocks. Grand Canyon offers one of the most visible examples of a worldwide geological phenomenon known as the Great Unconformity, in which 250 million year old rock strata lie back to back with 1.2 billion year old rocks. What happened during the hundreds of millions of years between remains largely a mystery. Bright Angel Trail is well maintained and well marked. Since prehistoric times, American Indians have used the natural route along the fault line to enter the inner canyon and reach the springs at Indian Garden. You may see pictographs above past the first tunnel and above the trail between mile-and-a-half rest house and 2 Mile Corner. Miners improved the trail in 1891 and began charging a toll for hours to use it. Private citizens, the Santa Fe Railway, and government officials contested ownership of the Bright Angel Trail from 1901 to 1928, when control finally passed to the National Park Service. Havasupai families still farmed at Indian Garden around the turn of the last century. Mule riders take day trips down the trail.